I'm on my way to another auction sale. This one is an estate sale for a friend of mine, actually, who passed away last year. It's all antique tractors. The newest tractor he's got there is a 4020, I believe. He was a John Deere man, but there is some red tower too. I think there's a case there. And there, he had a lot of neat stuff. And sadly, a lot of stuff, he parted tractors out, and a lot of them did go to scrap, but he had lots of good whole ones too, and some of the tractors that went to the scrap shouldn't have, of course, but I did save one tractor out of there. I haven't revealed it on the channel yet. I've had it for a couple of years, and I will work on it. I'm gonna try and get it running again, but I did buy that from him. But let's see what's at this auction sale. Here's a Case Eagle. I'm sure this is the authentic one too. It's a nice original Case Eagle. These are worth a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure I'll bring 5 figures on this auction. I'd be very surprised if it brought less than 10 grand, so there you go. Here's a John Deere 830 diesel. This is the best tractor he's got right there. Look how nice and straight it is. Everything's there, it's all complete. Tires 18-434s, they do need, he'll run a bit, it's checked, but it's gonna need attention, this tire. Fenders, look how perfect they are. They're almost perfect, the fenders. 2462.4 hours it shows. This one also has the starting engine. It's got dual remotes on it. Yeah, the tires do need, it's another Kelly Springfield, and it is checked, but it's holding the tractor up. It'll run a while, I'm sure of it. But this tractor is nice. Like, this is about the best John Deere 830 you'll find anywhere right now. That I'm sure of. Other than a completely restored one with new tires. And here's this tire on the front is fairly decent. The other one's checked a bit more. But I appreciate something like this more than I do a restoration, honestly. This is original paint, I'm sure of it. And it's a nice straight original. You'll never, I think this is, I really like this John Deere, I really do. Here's the Farmall M. Front tires aren't great, but the back ones are really nice. It's got a steel pulley on it. We used to own this tractor, actually. They put a Schwartz wide front on it. 110,638. So be around 45, 46 if I remember right. The back tires are decent. I put that seat on, the fenders and all that stuff. So there you go. This is a very nice, this is a nice Farmall M. Actually, it ran like a top when we had it. Here's a John Deere 730. This part of the grill is buggered up. The grill is rough, but the rest of the tractor is really nice. I think it's 750 front, 18 fronts and 18-430 backs on these. It's still got the starting engine on it. This tire, it's a Penner tire, it's old. It's checked a bit, but it's very serviceable. Like, I would not be scared at all of this tire. It would run quite a while. This one's checked a bit more, but it's a nice and straight tractor. There's no doubt about it. Other than the front, this is a very good 730. 5379.6. Who knows if that's right, but that's ours showing. This tire does need attention. It's a Kelly Springfield 18-430, and it's checked pretty good. It does need attention. There again, it needs a wash. A few little leaks. Who knows when was the last time it was washed? And of course, yeah, it may not be leaking as much as you think. I think the oil drain for the starting engine is somewhere there, and it just makes a mess whenever you change oil. So there you go, John Deere 730 diesel. Here's a W-6, and you see, this is why I hate alternators on old tractors, because they always butcher up the hoods to put them on. They don't do it right. 5.3 530T, so it's a 1950. Back tires don't look bad, like they got real micro checks in them, but they'll run a long time. Or that front tire looks good. It treads down, yes, but it's a good tire. Got 37380 is the serial number of this 6. So it's definitely a 1950. This tire's cracked a bit more, but it'll still run a long time. Somebody put a stop button on there, probably for the alternator. That's what they did. They just put another ignition switch on. So there you go, 1950 W-6. Here's a 4020. This one's a decent tractor. Somebody put big tires. It's got 1116s on the front. I didn't know they made 6-bolt rims that big. This is actually fairly straight tractor. There's a couple dings here, but it's easy to pound them out. It's not bad at all. I'm sure he used this tractor. I'm pretty sure he ran this tractor a lot. This looks like this is a real good tire. Like, it's not brand new, but a real good 18434. Like, I'd say tread life is probably about 70% on the tires, and there's no checks in them, so they'll run a long time. $7,441.3 hours on it. And the tin is straight on this tractor. Like the other 4020s were a lot rougher. This one's the best one as far as straight goes. And this tire looks as good as the other one. It's set up for duals. And a few little fuel leaks that need attention. So there you go, 4020 diesel. And this one's a decent one. Here's a Minneapolis R. New tires on the front. The back tires are definitely serviceable. 1034s, so they're as well as 34s. Like, they got odd check on them, but those will definitely run a long time. They're not. I wouldn't be scared of them. Nice and straight, like the tin works perfect on it. This would be a good one to restore, it really would. Here's a John Deere 5010. I think it's 1116 fronts on them. And 24,532 rears. This tire is down a bit, but it'll still run a long time. It's not cracked or anything, Armstrong. See, at least 50-60%. Well, bees are starting to make a nest in here. I hope I don't piss them off and getting in here. Oh, no point in, yeah, they're in there too. There's no point in checking out the hours anyways. The tack is buggered up. I think this tractor's alright. Like, the fenders aren't that bad. This one's a little rough here. This 24,532 is checked a little bit, but it's still, and it's down a bit, but it's still a run. Like, it's serviceable, but it will need attention at some point, but it'll get the tractor running anyways and usable. Hood's a little rough. It's not a perfect 5010, but it's a 5010, and This tire's decent, but it's a 4-rib. So there you go, 5010 John Deere. Here's a Farmall H. Be nice and straight, but there again, the alternator hood butchering again. I don't care for that, but it doesn't look too bad the way they did that, really. This is an early H. Look at the screws for the grill. It's got the big filter. It's got the switch on the magneto rather than the dash. So 27J 1940. Somebody put W-6 fenders on it. They homemade W-6 fenders. Look at the tires on it. That's brand new tire, 12.438, which is about right to the 11.38. Front tire is good. This one's checked a bit, but that'll run. I wouldn't be scared of it. FBH 16191. So very early H. This tire's checked a bit, but then again it's serviceable. I'm not scared. I wouldn't be scared of that tire. Not for a while. You don't have to worry about it. You know, I think this is hand start, and they converted it to, like, that starter looks bigger than the original. They converted this to electric start. I think it was originally a hand start one too. Well, maybe not. It's got the light bar. There you go, 1940 Farmall H. Here's a style D. The grill's a little bit rough. I'd replace that if I could. The hood's good. Front tires are good. This one's got steel on the back. Oh, the starter's with it, but it is electric start. But the starter is off of it. $172764 is the serial number. So I say mid-40s. It's got the extension wheel on it too. Actually, on this tractor, the fenders are actually looking really good. Usually steel wheels, the fenders are damaged, and these are a little bit rough, but they're definitely fixable. A lot on steel wheels. Usually the fenders are junk on steel wheels, but this one it's not. Here's a Minneapolis-Moline 5-star. Good tires on the front. The rubber's really good on the front. 10 is fixable. It's a little bit rough, but it's fixable. Fenders are good. Back tire's good shape. Like, it's those checks like that. It's not. That's very serviceable. 18.430 tires. This tire's cracked a lot more. It will need attention sooner, but it's there. It's holding there. It's serviceable for a little while anyways. So there you go, Minneapolis 5-star. Shows 3,142 hours. Who knows if that's accurate. Here's a John Deere 440 with a backhoe loader. Little 2-cylinder, so that's, I think these are 430, an industrial version of the 430 if I remember right. It's got industrial tires on it. What size are they? 16, 926. Here's the backhoe on it. This would be a neat thing to have. Got a smaller bucket for it. Here's your outriggers. This tire is cracked more, but it's certainly serviceable. So the tractor's actually nice and straight. It's not beat up or anything. It's really nice. Just need the grill for the front. And I don't know if that's somebody made. I think somebody made that, I assume, but maybe not. Here's a Minneapolis. I believe it's a U. Front, it's actually not bad for straight. Like, this needs a little attention, but it's not that bad. It's there. Hood straight. the left back tire is pretty decent, 12.438. It's got an aftermarket steering wheel. Cost steering aid. Don't know. I haven't seen that much. Shouldn't say I haven't seen it ever, but that's a rare thing. Fenders are actually nice and straight. This tire is very good. The back tires are good, front tires, so that one's they're automotive tires, but they're serviceable. Here's a 4020 right here, I believe. Like paint, of course, it's been sitting out, but overall the tin is not terrible. It needs a little straightening, but it's not terrible. It had a loader on it. This is a loader frame. Truck tire on the front. These are 18.434s, and like there's definitely checks in it, but the tires are serviceable. Like they'll run a long time. Get on this tractor. It's got dual remotes on the back. I don't know how long it's been since this tractor is running. It looks like it's been sitting for a while, but it's definitely a good core. 4,909 hours, 0.9. So 4,910. So it's probably not in that bad a shape. It looks good. It doesn't look good, but it's because of the rust. But it's, as far as restorability goes, it's there. The restorability is there on this tractor. It's a good core, and if it runs, it'd be a good. I think it'd be a good tractor. I really do. This tire looks really good. There again, light checks on it, but this tire has lots of life in it yet. It's not. I'm certainly not worried about it. 750/18 front, and there again, that's not that bad. It's checked a bit, but it definitely run. Here's a W-6 with a buzzsaw. Needed a head gasket. 18,792, so it'd be about 47, I'm thinking. Tires, they're again serviceable, but they're cracked. Like they'd run a little bit for sure. Battery box is there, starter's not there though. You'd have to get a starter. And unlike, they're not the same as an M. These are 3-bolt starters rather than 2. It's not a bad W6. The fenders aren't that bad. It's got the drawbar clevis on it. See, it needs the head gasket. It's got a 1430 tire on this side. Yeah, the back tires will need attention, but it's a W6 with a buzzsaw for cutting. As long as they hold there, if you're going to cut wood for them, the tires might be good enough. Needs a hood or a good straightening on this hood anyways. So there's a W6 for you. And the buzzsaw has ball bearings on it. Here's a John Deere D. Style D electric start. Front tire, this front tire does need attention. Other one does look good. The hood's nice and straight on this one. These the tires are good, but they're checked in here, and that's so they might run a while, but this tire will need attention at some point, but it's serviceable for the time being anyways. 173935, so I'm not 100% sure of the year, but my green guys know. It's a matching set of tires. These are only 20, what are they, 1428, so they're small rubber. They're usually 30s on the D. This front tire is really good, like brand new, so there you go. Here's a Cockshutt 80. Nice and straight one too. Front tire's brand new. They use an implement tire, but that's okay. Back tires, I think they're 1326s, which could be a 70. Put hydraulics on it. I think it's a 70. It looks smaller than 80 to me, but it could be an 80. This tire is brand new on it. Real nice tire on it. Yeah, it's a Cockshutt 80. They put an alternator on it and made it 12 volt. This tire is good too. They put implement tires on the front. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And it's all there. It's nice. It's complete. Here was his loader tractor. This is a John Deere 4020 and has to be expected. The front end's a little rough, but he had this tractor running and it ran nice. John Deere 146 loader on it. Tires are wider. I think they're 9.5L 16s or something like that, or 15s. Fenders are, this fender's a little rough. 18.434 rears, and they're serviceable. Like, they'll run. But he had this running. It runs nice. I know the tractor. I've seen him run it. It's got dual remotes on the back. The bees are trying to nest in here. 1,000 hours is what it shows, so it's probably been around once, would be my guess. And there's 18, like the 10's a little rough on it, but it did run nice. I know that runs because I've seen him run it. This tire's better. It's got little checks in it, but it's still very serviceable. So there you go. There's a 4020 loader tractor. Here's an LA case. Front tires are cracked, but I assume they're 750/18. They are. This is a real nice straight tractor. Real nice tractor. 1430 rear tire. This needs attention. Like, the tread's good, but it's checked. But as far as the tin work goes, nice and straight. Like, tin's just about, well, it's a little dinged in the back, but in the battery box needs attention. But for the overall, it's a nice tractor. This tire is 18.430, and it is better. The 18.430 is what they should have. Is these are a lot of tractor. They're almost a W9 in size. It's a nice tractor overall. Like, it'd be easy to restore this tractor. It's all there, and it's runnable. So there you go. Here's a 3020, I believe. Again, the front end needs a little straightening, but not bad. The gasser, standard, 18.430 rears. They're Firestones, and they're not checked. They're good. This fender looks good. The other one, not so much, but drawbar's not rigged, so it means I've done that much work. Let's see what it's got for hours. 5,318.8 hours. This tire's really good too. Like, it's really good rubber on it. So there you go, a 3020 standard John Deere. This is a new tire on it. It's a decent tractor. Nothing wrong with it really. Here's an International 55 chisel plow. A very early one. This is a very, very early one. I'm sure this is a 55. It's painted blue. The shanks and the springs and the leader ones are white. Here's a case tiller, one way, with a drill attachment on it. Now there's not a lot of these that survived, so it's very nice to find something like this still intact. Here's another case tiller. This one they took out every other disc for some reason, so I don't know why, but there you go. Probably make it dig more aggressively. Here's a disc. It's a case disc, or a Cockshutt disc, I mean. I'm guessing it's about a 14 footer, so there you go. Here's a Massey Harris manure spreader. I mean, the floor is out of it, but it's horse drawn too. And the floor is a wooden floor, so it's easy to fix. The rest of it's not in bad shape. So you want a Massey Harris manure spreader, especially a yard ornament or anything, this could be for you. Here's a bell. I don't know if what that's for, but here's a bell of some kind. It says crystal metal on here. Oh, I see it's mounted on a stand. It might have been a school bell or something like that. Here's a John Deere Model E pump engine, I believe. Here's some flywheels for him. Here's another John Deere pump engine. And another one. He liked his John Deere. And here's a whole bunch of wheels. Here's some International ones. These look like LBs. This is the 1.5 to 2.5. This is the 3 to 5. LA or LB, maybe what? Yeah, this one's an LA, so it had a Waco Meg. About the 3 to 5 is an LB. Here's tin work for John Deere's. Like this, I guess it'd be good on that 730 right there. There's the good grill. I wish they had put that in. That would have made a big difference. This is a 60 row crop grill. Hoods for different tractors. There's all John Deere stuff here. That looks like a Cockshutt front right there. Here's some more John Deere parts, some signs. Lots of John Deere parts. He was a John Deere man through and through, but he had other stuff too, as you can see. Lots of 2-cylinder stuff here. Oh, the sprockets for little crawlers, I think. Here's a hood for a W-6 and other stuff, but that might be just that'll work good on that saw tractor. The hood's poor on it, but there's a replacement for you. That one's not that bad. Here's a forage or here's a blower for a forage. Horse drawn cultivator. Part of a cream separator, I think. Here's a little grinder mill. Here's the rest of the forage here's another forage with a blower. Here's some steel wheels for smaller tractors. More steel wheels. Lots of steel back wheels. There you go. Here's a wooden automotive wheels. Gonna try this again. You see in the far background there's hills, and then behind that is the Rocky Mountains. Here's a whole bunch of wild roses on the hill, and here's a creek to fish in. I love this place, and in the bush, because I do him. I've been here a few times. There's spruce trees that are 4 feet at the butt there. Here's a Deering New Ideal mower. Horse mower. Turn of the 20th century, most of these, so they're all century older at least. This is a Massey Harris number 37 mower. It needs parts mower probably, or you make one of the two sort of thing. Frost and Wood, Smiths Falls, Ontario, giant number 8. Horse drawn sickle mower. Here's another Deering New Ideal. This one says Hamilton, Ontario, and the other one said Chicago, so this one's Canadian made. The other one's American made, but they're both international. This one here's a part of a horse mower. Here's a McCormick Deering number 7 mower, so this one's a newer one. So there you go, nice mowers. Here's a John Deere 3-bottom, number 55H, or number 55ABH. green. This looks like a little Genius number 8 3-bomb. I believe that's the way it is. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the way it is. Here's another John Deere plow. I think pretty much the same thing, a 3-bottom. And here's another John Deere plow. This is case plow because of the eagle. I'm not sure what kind of plow this is. Let me know in the comments that you think this plow is. For me personally, I'm not sure. Here's a 2-bomb plow without a back wheel. I think it's built like that. It's kind of like a little Wonder, but it's not. I don't know what this is. Let me know in the comments what you think. The single bomb braking plow. Here's an old tumblebug. And another single bomb plow. Here's a buck rake. I don't know what kind it is, but it's a buck rake. There you go. Here's wheels, all kinds of steel wheels again. Here's a thrashing machine. I'm not sure what to make of it is. I'm trying to look, I'm trying to figure that out. If you know, leave a comment. It's got the heart feeder. It's a 22-inch thrashing machine, even maybe smaller. Maybe it'd be 820 or 18. It's got a wooden elevator on it. This is a good core. Like it would work again. It needs with some TLC. Needs some wood replaced. Or if you want a lawn ornament. This is gonna take some work, but it is actually this is gonna take some work, but it is a thrashing machine. I honestly don't know what it is. There's not really much to identify it. The serial tag's gone. The name on the blower pipe is gone. So I'm not sure what this is. But it is a smaller separator. So there you go. Here's a case, I think, disc. It's about a 10-footer. I don't know what brand this is. I think it's either Cockshutt or case. But it is a disc, so there you go. Here's a 7-wheel hay rake. This is a Koering self-propelled forage harvester. I don't know if this is part of the sale or not. Might be left for the scrappers. I hope it is part of the sale because I don't see a sale sticker on it. But it's got a Detroit 471 on it. And I think somebody, if the engine's any good, somebody would want this for the engine if nothing else. That was a decent auction. Like every single tractor there would run. If they're not running, they will run. It's not gonna, it's not gonna take much to get them running. I don't think the ones that don't, the ones that do, that of course they run, but there's lots of good implements there. He kept the antiques and he liked everything. Well, he had nothing new there. This is a very fine gentleman too. He's always been good to me, so I'm glad I can preview his auction. Well, God bless. See you in the next video.